being real extra with this fur, but it got a little cold in here, so here we go. Hey you guys, this is your girl Disparate Amelia back again with another video haul. I hope you all have had a blessed year and have found many things to be grateful for. We are back with another video. You already know what it is. 12 days before the new year. I will be talking about in this video, as you can see from the title, my career growth as an actor in this previous year, or just as a creative in this previous year. This is my last year at Savannah College of Art and Design at SCAD. I am a performing arts senior with a minor in dramatic writing. I have grown so much through college. At the top of this year, I auditioned to be in Showcase, which is a group you have to audition in, and when you get in, you basically tour to Los Angeles, New York, and Atlanta to be in front of agents and managers and casting directors, just for a chance for them to see you. And hopefully the end goal would be to get an agent or a manager or a meeting or some kind of role out of doing these tours. So that is what I've been focusing on basically for the top of this year. I've just learned so much. I really wanted to grow as an actor. I'm going to talk about some things that I've done this year to help me in that process. So towards the top of the year, Black Student Association that I am a part of, I am Miss BSA, so I'm the female representation for the club, as well as I do community service for the club. But we have a annual show during Black History Month called LCE, or Lights Camera Excellence. I participated in it as actual talent, and I did so many things in that show. I don't think I anticipated to do a lot of things in the show, but it just ended up with me having to do that. So I did poetry, I was an MC, which was so much fun. I was a model. I also did like an acting skit, as well as rounding up the talent and helping with the backstage and that kind of thing. It was so much fun. I honestly had so much fun with just performing. Like, the performance piece was so much fun for me. Things that actually allow me to create a space to enjoy myself and to enjoy the work that I'm producing. That's always my end goal. So I really did enjoy it. It was a stressful process, of course, getting to that day, but actually performing it was amazing. It was so much fun. I was also in a show called Blast Force Turbo. It was more of like a dancing abstract show, so I didn't have any lines, but I did a lot of dancing, and I was practically in almost every scene to like do dancing. I am not a dancer, okay? I love to dance, but I'm not the best at when it comes to learning choreography. I can definitely do it, but it takes me a lot longer than it would the average dancer. But I do love to dance, and I love doing choreography. That was another fun, amazing show. The end of that quarter, I also was in The Buzz, which is a show at my school, and we got to do our last episode of that. Well, I think it was the last episode, I don't know. Hopefully we get to see that for ATV Fest this next year in February. I really enjoyed doing that as well. I think I have some pictures. I don't really have clips from doing that. When I was shooting that episode for The Buzz, I was also... My year has been so busy, it's crazy. I was also in the fashion show at the same time. They had the same tech week, which tech week is when you basically are doing rehearsals, practicing lighting, placement, walking down the runway, where the cameras are moving, that kind of thing. So we were in tech week for that, and that was crazy. One of the most stressful times of this year, because I've had a couple of moments this year where I was just going insane. I think I was in about 4 or 5 collections, but I got to walk down the runway in one of the collections. 2 or 3 of my collections actually made it to the runway, and I got to walk in one of them because it was custom made for me. And it was this beautiful lace suit. Amazing. People ask me if I can see in it all the time, and I could see. The only thing was that my eyelashes are really long, so my eyelashes would get stuck in the lace, which would make it a little bit harder to see, and I couldn't bend down in the suit. It was like a full lace catsuit because it was shaped to my body, so it didn't give any room for me to bend down, so people would have to put on my shoes or like help me to grab things. But it was an awesome and fun experience. I had so much fun. I couldn't go to the Atlanta fashion show because I had the buzz the next day, but it was so much fun. So in Paris, we actually did a couple of things as well. We had a play. At the end of your time for studying abroad, you're supposed to do like a showcase event or an open studio where everyone gets to display their work. For performing arts students and film students, it was a little bit different. Film got to put on like a showcase where they got to display all their videos that they were making throughout the quarter. And then for performing arts students, we actually put on a show, which was so much fun. We did a Moliere-esque kind of show. It was called The Two Arlequin. That was such a cool time. It was a very funny show. It was catered to the audience, so we basically played off of the audience for most of it. We would get different people every single night. We did 3 shows, and that was so cool to do in France. We also shot a short film in France, which to my surprise, I was the lead in. We auditioned for this film through improv. We like did an improv audition. I'm not the best at improv either, so I was just like, oh, I don't really know what role I'm gonna be cast in. And the film was kind of based around my character, which was a surprise to me, and it was so much fun to shoot. We shot on location in France, so we went to a couple of different places to shoot in France, and I'm so excited to see it. I know they've been editing it for a little minute, so hopefully we can get that pretty soon. I also did my first paid professional project this year. I did a commercial with Kaiser Permanente. The director was actually a SCAD student. I met him at SCAD and he was telling me about this project, so he signed me on. The shoot was pretty long for a commercial shoot, which I've heard. We did the shoot for like 5-ish days, so I did have to miss school a little bit to do the shoot. I got paid for it, so I was not complaining, okay? I really enjoyed my time on set. It was really cool, and like to actually see the commercial on TV now when I'm watching specific things, I don't know, it's a really cool feeling. It's a cool experience, and I definitely appreciate it and love it, and I know I have many more to come. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and get into these questions that you all have asked me on Insta. My friend Alicia, this is her username right here, she asked me, where would I go if money wasn't an issue? If money wasn't an issue, I would be traveling all of the time. I would be going everywhere that I could go. I definitely want to see the other islands, probably going to Trinidad, like any kind of carnival experience. That's where I would be hitting up. Canada during Caravana time. I would definitely go to France again, and I would bring my mom this time with me. So that's where I would go. Ali asked, where are you going after graduation? So my plan is to go to Atlanta after I graduate. It is home for me. I really enjoy the city area. I'm very accustomed to the city. If I have an opportunity to go to a different city to either film something, then I would have to make those arrangements then. But right now, my plan is to come back to Atlanta. He also asked, do you have any films coming up? Besides the ones that I've mentioned already, I have that French film that is going to be edited and put up very soon, hopefully. The Buzz episode, which I'm really excited to see. Tammy asks, why did you decide to major in performing arts, and what do you hope to achieve? Deciding my major was actually very hard for me because it also went in deciding what school that I wanted to be a part of. Went through this whole roller coaster of where I wanted to be in high school. I was in like a culinary career path. I was also very interested in science, so I did like a full year of just all science courses. It was a program where you could go outside of school for like half the day and study science and then come back to school and do all your extra foundations. So I really wanted to be an ecologist at one point. In my junior year of high school, I joined this program called Arts Vibe. I was in the teen council where we would put up and make different events for teens to come and basically display their art. If you're from the Atlanta area, we did teen lounges. We also did Voices and Vibes, which is a big festival for students, for teenagers in high school to put up their talents. Through teen council, they also took us to a lot of plays that were in Atlanta, so we got to see a lot of shows. I also got a theater internship, which my boss went to SCAD, and she was telling me about their program and the things that I could do there, and I really realized that I wanted to be in the entertainment industry in some kind of way. It was always a big part of my life, but I think I was trying to mute it just because of the money aspect of it. I really wanted something sustainable and that I could really provide for my family, because that's the end goal. I really decided that this was a passion of mine, went through a lot of tears for it, because I really wanted to make sure that this was a passion, that I was going to stick with it, and that no matter what, even if it's hard, then I'm still going to be doing this as a career. The passion part of it is really why I decided to be a performing arts major. My first year was so rough for me. I was not getting anything. I auditioned for everything. I would cry all the time because I just worked really hard to sustain a spot in where I am right now, and I'm very grateful for every teacher that I have. Every lesson that I've learned, every class that I've taken has really built the strong person and actor that I am right now. What do I want to achieve? I really want to tell stories at all angles. I want to tell different stories from all angles, stories about different cultures, stories about people that have not been told yet, stories from different perspectives that are not usually seen as worthy. I want to create my own content, whether that's films, whether that's songwriting, song making, television shows, web series, being a host. I want to create material that people can relate to, or play material that people can relate to and can learn something from, and can be inspired to do what they can do from it, because anything you put your mind to is possible, and I really want to spread that message to the world. That's my big goal. Travis asks, what would you want your acting career trajectory to be? Longevity, genres, awards. I don't want to put myself in a box and like say I want to go for specific genres, but genres that I do enjoy are like action and adventure or sci-fi. I love watching those kind of films. I also really love period pieces, so like The Great Debaters or The Get Down, or things that incorporate music or dancing. Just, I feel like The Get Down is like a great example of all of that. Those are the genres that I really love watching. So I would of course love to be a part of those kind of things, but I don't want to limit myself in just those genres. I would love to do any kind of genre. In terms of longevity, I'm trying to be in this for the long haul, okay? We on Diddy money over here. I'm trying to be on Diddy money. I'm trying to be on Pharrell long, okay? Even Beyonce long. Listen, I'm trying to have a long trajectory in where I'm trying to go in the entertainment industry, whether that's on the producing side, obviously on the acting side, on the writing side. I want to be a part of all of it, and I want to do it for as long as I possibly can, because I really do enjoy and love doing it. Awards, listen, anything that comes my way. I would love to be an EGOT one day. That is to get an Emmy, a Grammy, a Oscar, and a Tony. I would love to be an EGOT. Yeah, that would be a dream. Kadia asks, what message would you want your audience to get from the content you choose to act in? I feel like the content that I'll be acting in will be, or that I have acted in, will be very broad in terms of like the genre and what message they were trying to get across. But specifically from me as an actor, I really want them to know that if I can make it, or if I am doing it, then you can and will absolutely do it as well. It has been a hard road for me to get where I am, and I'm not even really anywhere yet. I really love that we are in a time in film where there's a lot of representation in a lot of many different forms, and I want to be a representation for people that look like me, for people that have the same background as me, people that have the same interests as me. And even if you don't, then you're learning about people that do look like me, or have the same background as me, or have the same interests as me. So I really want the audience that I'm able to reach to learn from it, to be inspired from it, and to aspire to reach and make their own goals. That would be a message that I would like to give out to my audience. Taylor asked, how do I efficiently get my work out there to the public? I don't know about efficiently, but listen, just put it out. Stress it in every possible way. We are in a day and age where we have social media on every kind of platform. So if you can blast it any and everywhere, especially at the school we're in, people are gonna get this information somehow, but make sure it is put out in a way that is suitable to your brand and what you are about. Sometimes it's hard. We judge ourselves on the material that we have, but just put your work out there. Make sure you're spreading the word. Talk about it every single time that you can. Blast it, and somebody somewhere is going to see it. Saganish Gracie asks, how do you respond to or cope with insecurity as an artist slash creative? I'm still honestly learning how to cope with my insecurities of creation. Even though I don't blast it out or I don't show it to the world, I do create a lot of stuff. I have notebooks full of material that I want to create or that I want to produce, and sometimes I get in my own way because I'm like, oh, this needs to be better, or maybe they won't like that. So sometimes I keep them to myself, just waiting for the one day that somebody might notice it, which no one can ever notice it if I'm the only one who knows about it. I just have to trust myself and trust my talent and believe that the work that I'm putting out is good. If I had the confidence enough to write it, if I have the joy of listening to it or watching it or reading it myself, then somebody else is gonna find joy in it. So I just have to trust and believe that my work is great and that somebody else will love it and would like to contribute to that as well. That was all that I have for this video. Thank you guys so much for sending me questions, for watching this right now. Please remember to comment, like, share, and subscribe. If you have any questions or have a video suggestion for me to do, then you can put it in the comment box down below. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching yet again. I will see you all tomorrow. I love you guys. Bye.